final speech, category education. I don't know about all of you, but I have kids. I have two really awesome young kids, which means that I am involved throughout the year with the public education system. As a mom, I have so many responsibilities. I'm responsible for their health, taking care of them daily, all the extra emotional, social, all the things, okay? So one of the most important things that as a parent we have to really think about is their education. For the last couple of years, COVID has really impacted that. Not only has COVID impacted how I think about their health and the things that we do daily, but it has made me worry about what they're getting from our public education system because of the changes that COVID has brought about. Today, I want to talk to y'all about how COVID has changed our public education system. According to the article, The Effect of COVID-19 on Education, published by Jacob Hoffman and Elizabeth Secord in the National Library of Medicine, last updated on May 19, 2022, preliminary data project educational losses at many levels and verify the increased anxiety and depression associated with the changes. But there is not yet data on long-term outcomes. Hi, I'm Allie, and like I said, I'm a mom and a substitute teacher while I pursue my degree in education. So I've been able to see firsthand what is happening within our education system as a parent's aspect and then also being in the classroom. Today, I want to talk to you about my personal experience, the negative impacts of COVID, and the ways that many school districts are trying to change post-COVID. To begin with, I'd like to talk about my personal experience. Like I said, I have two kids. My oldest was in kindergarten in 2020 and was doing great. Kindergarten was just wonderful. We had started school August, September of 2019. Everyone started school. We're going through the school year, and we started to hear rumors of COVID and the things that were going on, outside of the United States, and then shortly became, in bigger metropolitan areas. Well, this soon trickled down to affect our rural East Texas. While on spring break, we got the news that we would not be returning to the classroom. And as a mom, it really freaked me out because I didn't know how to teach my kid. Although I'm going to school to be a teacher, teaching my own child at such a formative time of his life was scary. The school started by providing us with the packets of papers, and we would go through, and it was review. But as this seemed to go on and on, we knew that we would have to change our ways of doing this. So they switched to being more on the computer. Luckily, I was a stay-at-home mom. I had the internet already. I had the computer. I had all the resources that we need. However, that was not always the case with other kids in the classes. So we went ahead and we did all the things that we had to do, but it was difficult. As a mom, I struggled. I struggled because I had all the normal mom responsibilities. We had to deal with COVID and not being able to go out, not being able to do the usual things. But then on top of that, I had to teach. I had to do that in between making dinner, taking care of my younger child, and it became hectic. But I was one of the lucky ones because I was able to be home and do that and not have to stress about whether or not I had the technology and the resources. This continued on for a while, and we were able to make our way through it. This moved us back into the classroom eventually. And when we moved back into the classroom, teachers were able to see a lot of the negative impacts that COVID had created. So because of COVID, we now are looking at gaps with our kids. We have educational gaps. According to the article, the pandemic has had devastating impacts on learning, written by Megan Kuffeld, Jim Soland, Karen Lewis, and Emily Morton, last updated on March 3rd, 2022. Test score gaps between students in low poverty and high poverty elementary schools grew by approximately 20% in math and 15% in reading, primarily during the 2020-2021 school year. That's big numbers. And it's not surprising because, like I said, there was a lack of resources, technological resources for some people. And so you see that this is happening and we have these huge gaps. So now we have to figure out ways of making them up. This in turn has put extra stress on our teachers. And because of all the extra stress, all the extra expectations that we now have of our teachers, we're seeing our teachers leaving the profession en masse. Teachers are not compensated in accordance to how much time and effort they put into all of this. They make such small salaries. And overall, just in years and years of built up frustration, we're seeing a big exodus during this time. So as we're moving forward, these teachers are having to now come up with, or school districts are having to come up with ways of changing this, making our education system better. All states have an agency that is in charge of making rules and laws and guidelines for their state. In Texas, that's TEA. According to TEA, in their article, Accelerated Learning Resources, last updated May 19th of 2022, students will receive supplemental instruction before or after school, or embedded in the school day. This is done using House Bill 4545.
House Bill 4545 establishes a framework to provide extra tutoring and a supplemental accelerated instruction to help kids catch up. With supplemental accelerated instruction, students who do not meet grade level in either a STAR or end of course assessment will receive at least 30 hours of additional instruction throughout the course of the school year. This extra instruction will be provided for each subject in which a student did not meet grade level or above on the exam, and is intended to help the student catch up on any learning areas they may need more help mastering or missed last year. This additional instruction will occur in small groups and can be done before, during, or after school, and students won't be pulled out of core or enrichment classes to receive it. As a parent, you can reach out to your student's school and find out how your child will receive this extra help and how you can help further your child's learning. For more on the ways House Bill 4545 will support student learning, visit tea.texas.gov/accelerated learning.
So many schools are making the decisions on how to utilize House Bill 4545. The school district that I work for has chosen to embed this time into their regular day. So that has extended our day a little bit longer, but the kids get that little bit of extra tutoring every single day of the school year. This in turn is giving our teachers extra time with them to help close those educational gaps. Another way that our teachers are helping to make some changes is keeping classrooms online running. Every school in turn is doing the best that they can. In conclusion, today I have covered my personal experience, the ways that the COVID has negatively impacted our schools, and the changes that we're making. Going forward, the best thing that we can do is make the best decisions we can for our kids and support them the best that we can.